Hey guys, it's Jana Bresenden here, and I am trying to get this Facebook Live out again. For those of you who were on before and I got cut off mid-sentence, it's because my phone literally went from about 10% to zero in the matter of like 2 seconds. And now that I plugged it back in, it's back at 34. So hopefully we can get through this. Hey Petra, good to see you. And thank you so much for the thumbs up. I really appreciate it. So if you were on my first live stream that got cut off, this may be a repeat, but I definitely think it's worth sharing. And today, something that I've been thinking about is a dating meditation that I just started today. But I also, aloha, Bruce, good to see you. I love those hearts. Thank you so much. I think it bears repeating that I received some amazing sage advice maybe 20 years ago from a woman that was in her 80s. She was a widow who had been married for 50 years. And in the next stage of her life, what she decided to do was open up her home to younger women, single women, with the hopes of being able to teach them how to be good partners and wives and homemakers. And I had the opportunity to live with her for a couple of years. So when it came to dating, some of the advice that she gave me came around one day when I walked into a room, and it was kind of right after Tim and I had met, and I thought maybe I would start liking him. And for those of you who don't know about that, Tim was my late husband who passed away 7 years ago. And we had a really amazing, dating relationship and marriage, but this was really where it started. I didn't even want to be interested or date him at the time because all of my best friends had had a crush on him at one time or another, and he'd never had a girlfriend. So he was kind of like the ungettable get. And I was definitely the kind of person that I wasn't going to put myself out there for anything that wasn't a sure thing. So all this conversation is going around in the background. And so I went to Irene, who's like in her 80s, and I had said, I think I might be interested in somebody. And she said, well, tell me, what are you looking for in a husband? And I was incensed at that kind of comment. At the time, I was in my early 20s. I wasn't thinking about getting married. I was just thinking about having fun. And I was just thinking about dating. And honestly, that's a lot of the advice that I'm getting these days from my girlfriends. Like, you need to make a dream board of exactly the kind of man that you want so that you can manifest him and recognize when you see him. You need to make a list of all the things that you want in someone so you're really clear on what it is that you want in your life. And I totally agree with that, and I'm definitely going to do it. But I want you to know that this is what this older woman was telling me like 20 years ago. So, of course, it wasn't something that I wanted to hear, but it is something that I went and did. And of course, as soon as I came up with the list and shared it with her, she said, well, I know someone just exactly like that. And it just happened to be Tim. So anyways, as I kind of move into this new chapter of my life, hey Michelle, how are you? As I move into this new chapter of my life and I think about what I might want dating to look like or what it might look like for me, I'm not going to lie, it's really scary. Oh my gosh, I put together like a little online profile a couple days ago, and literally within seconds, it's messages. Hey, how you doing? Hey, 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 and you're trying to weed through like the photos of the dudes with their shirts off, and because you think, wow, every girl can appreciate an amazing body, but do you want to lead with that? I'm kind of scared. Or people people have sent me messages like, what are you looking for on here? And honestly, my gut reaction is to be like, oh, just fun and friendship. But in actuality, above my desk, because of you, Petra, and this great advice, I have a little sticky note, and it's written, I want to fall in love with a man who's even better than I'm dreaming about. So you're kind of left with the choice. Do I be honest and say what I really want or what's really going on? Or do I just try to say something like fun and flirty that is non-threatening and kind of will get you past the first little window? So if you watch the show for any period of time, you know that I dive into the scary. So I was just honest. And I said, this is what I'm looking for. Like in a brief, literally just that little note. I want to fall in love with a man who's even better than my dreams. And I didn't really hear back from him. But I'm not sad about it because I'm looking for a serious player. Someone who really knows what he wants, and I'm not afraid to ask for it. So it's kind of getting on to the meditation, my dating meditation, and this is what came to me today. And so, if this is something that you're thinking about, I would love to give it as a gift to you. So, in the past, I've heard people say, I pray for my husband or, relationship to be wherever he is. So when I sat down to meditate today, the first thing I thought of was just to you think you guys have heard me talk about like my release meditation or love meditation or one meditation. So I'm just like creating this off the top of my head. Hey, Melissa. Hey, Jen. Oh my God. So good to see you. So the meditation I decided to create today around dating had to do with, praying for the man that is going to come into my life. And so the word that I was using was he. So I usually just sit in front of my window. I take a deep breath and pull all the delicious energy into my heart and really focus on giving, right? So the word was he, and I just repeated that. He. And after a time, what came to me is, well, maybe I need to start praying about myself and what I'm bringing to the table and how I can show up and be honest and real and authentic. So maybe what I really need to be praying about is me. So that's what what came next. So then it became me. Hey, Dina, good to see you. And after that went for a while, actually what came to my mind is, well, maybe I need to be praying about how the two of us interact together, right? The magic that we create that's even better than what we had when either one of us was happy and well in our lives. And so the meditation had turned into we. And as that went along and I started feeling the energy of what that might feel like to really be connected, to really be in partnership, to really be heard and understood, warts and all, which is huge, of course. Actually, what the meditation turned into was be. And that's the gift that I want to give to you. It felt so good to know that all I have to do is be. I just have to be myself. I just have to be present in this moment. I just have to bring myself to the table, bring myself to the party. And that's part of what this word for the year 2017, passion, is all about. I think I want to learn more about what it is and what other people think about it. Hey, Rob, good to see you. But that idea that passion is me showing up as myself, fully present every day, giving my whole self to everything that I give my attention to, whether it's cooking dinner or making the bed or figuring out how to go on an amazing date. Love all those hearts, you guys. Thank you so much. So I hope that meditation helps you as you're thinking about how you want to show up in your relationships in the world. For me, it was starting with he, turning into praying for me, and then the we that we're going to be together, and ultimately be. That's all we have to do is be ourselves, bring our full selves to the party, and I know that everything will work out how it's supposed to. I don't know how the end of the story is going to go. I'm just writing the chapters bit by bit. And I want you to know that if that's something that you're working on, hey Kristen, good to see you. I would love to join you in whatever that party looks like. So let's connect. You can always reach me by email, hello@janabressenden.com. You can private message me if you have a question or like a stumbling block or something that isn't really resonating with you. Send me a private message. I post all these videos on my blog at janabressenden.com. And I'm always here Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at noon to continue sharing my story so that you will know that you are not alone. This dating thing is really scary. So I wouldn't mind having a few comrades sharing stories if that's something that's, resonating with you. Have a great Friday, everybody. I'll see you next time.